Suppose you've got a great idea for a new type of bicycle and want to set up a factory to build it. One thing to know is your average cost of production. Let's say you produce 1,000 bicycles and your overall costs are $100,000, including the factory and the labor needed to run it. Your average cost of production is then $100 per bicycle, or $100,000 divided by 1,000. But let's say you produce 500 bicycles instead of 1,000. What will happen to your average costs? Well, they're actually going to be higher at that point. And the reason is that some costs are fixed, meaning that they are there no matter how much or how little you produce. And a good example is the factory. It's a big, expensive fixed cost. The higher your output, the more you can spread the cost of that factory out. This lowers your average fixed cost. However, you've also got variable costs that rise with how much you produce. Think about labor. At first, you might hire 5 people to work in your factory, and if demand grows, you might add another 5 workers. At first, your factory gets more efficient as you add workers. This is because they can specialize in one activity and get really fast at it. But there's a point where adding workers is a bad idea. The production floor gets crowded. The workers start to bump into each other. You've hired too many people for the size of your factory, but you have to pay those people. This gives you high average costs. So companies have high average costs if they produce too much or too little. Somewhere in between, there's a sweet spot where you have the lowest average cost per bicycle. In economics, we show this by drawing the average cost curve as U-shaped. From the viewpoint of consumers, they want you to produce where your average cost is lowest. That makes the product cheap for them, and that happens if you're operating in a competitive market.